and gentlemen, my name is Johan Gallegos. Welcome to the Horizon High School graduation. Please stand while the senior class members of Spectrum, under the direction of Mr. Jay Goodmanson, perform our national anthem of the United States.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the
Please be seated. Good evening. My name is Joshua Palmer. The teacher that I am about to introduce to you has left a legacy at Horizon. She has taught at this school since 1998 and impacted countless students in many more ways than just their math skills. She worked and continues to work hard to develop a family between staff and students. After her retirement this year, I can say on behalf of the Hawk community that she will be dearly missed. Please welcome to the stage the 2021 dedication speaker, Mrs. Marcella Safe.
Thank you, Joshua. Graduation is a time of reflection and celebration. Let us take a moment to reflect on our gratitude. What are we grateful for? Our loved ones for their undying support and love? Our health as we face a historical pandemic? Our friends who make us laugh and cry? Our educators who cheered us on and motivated us to learn more? During life, gratitude will bring positive emotions to our hearts. If we think of the moments in life where we are happy, it is usually because we are grateful. Maybe we are grateful because we achieved a passing grade on an exam, or because a loved one cleared a medical hurdle, or because someone helped us with a difficult situation. If we think of things that we are grateful for, we will find light in our life. Let us reflect on hope. What are we hopeful for? Are we hopeful for continued relationships or for new relationships? Are we hopeful for peace, love, and happiness? Are we hopeful that we will find our way in the world? Are we hopeful that our life is simple or complex? As we move forward, we must dream about what our life has in store for us. We may be dreaming of going to college, of serving in the military, of getting a decent job, or of serving on a mission, or having a beautiful family. Our dreams keep us moving forward and persevering. We must keep hope in our hearts. With hope, we will achieve our dreams. Let us reflect on our talents and our gifts. What are your talents and gifts? How will you give the world your gifts? What talents do you wish you had? Will you take the time to develop your talents? What gifts and talents does the world need? This is your time to show the world what you can do. So many of you may not even know what gifts and talents you have. Go explore, find a passion, and become talented. The world is willing to wait for you. Some of you may have had people telling you that you are talented in blank, but you are not passionate about blank. So go find your new passion. Give your gifts and talents to those who need the support, and your life will be fulfilling forever. Now take this moment to reflect on gratitude, hope, and talent. Now, let us celebrate. Celebrate your accomplishments and your successes. You are full of grace, hope, and talent. Give to the world, and the world will give back to you. Congratulations, class of 2021.
A former Horizon graduate, social studies teacher, cheer and POMS coach, and assistant principal and activities director. There is truly no one else who has exemplified the Hawk spirit and dedicated their life to Horizon as much as this woman has. She is someone who demonstrates an innate desire to help those around her succeed. She has been an integral part of the SOAR program, and I have personally witnessed all of the hard work she puts into every single task she has taken on. I am honored to introduce to the podium the principal of Horizon High School, Mrs. Kim Brady.
Thank you, Adriana. My beloved Hawks, we made it here today. Graduates, parents, family, and friends, on behalf of the staff and administration of Horizon High School and the Adams 12 5-Star School District, I welcome you to the 2021 Horizon High School Commencement Ceremony. This is an evening of great excitement and pride for everyone. I'm excited to introduce to the podium this year's valedictorian and our salutatorian. Our valedictorian, Peyton Bruno, is the highest ranking student using grade point average as the measure among her graduating class. Peyton is a passionate student who excels in all arenas. Peyton is extremely selfless and is community-minded. Her work in all academic areas is commendable, and she has also been engaged in many aspects of community life at Horizon. Participating in clubs, athletics, service projects, her drive for excellence is unmatched. I couldn't think of a better scholar to represent Horizon as the valedictorian. Joining Peyton is Joshua Palmer, our salutatorian. The salutatorian is the second ranking graduate. Only the valedictorian is ranked higher. Joshua is an extremely talented and motivated young man. He strives for excellence in everything he does. One of Joshua's many accomplishments is that he is a National Merit Scholar finalist. Joshua is a true role model to his peers, not just because he is a well-rounded person, but because he is also kind to everyone. Besides being an amazing scholar, he is always the person who approaches problems from a unique perspective. Congratulations, Joshua.
Good evening. It is with great pleasure that we introduce the school board, district dignitaries, and school dignitaries, many of whom are present here today. I ask that all honored dignitaries remain standing until introductions have been completed. Members of the Adams 12 5-Star School Board are Ms. Kathy Plomer, School Board President, Ms. Laura Mitchell, School Board Vice President, Miss Jamie Lockley, School Board Secretary, Miss Lori Goldstein, School Board Director, and Mr. Brian Batts, School Board Director.
Adams 12 district leadership includes Mr. Christopher Godowski, Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Priscilla Strawn, Chief Academic Officer, Mr. Lee Peters, School Leadership Executive Director, Ms. Tara Pena, School Leadership Executive Director, Mrs. Erica Fleeman, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Lisa Sonner, Assistant Principal, Mr. Marty Tonjes, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Marcella Safe, Dedication Speaker, and Mr. Steve Lash and Mrs. Jennifer Cavaney, Teacher Speakers.
It is my pleasure to introduce the senior honorees for the class of 2021. The valedictorian is myself, Peyton Bruno. The salutatorian is Joshua Palmer. Student Government President is Olivia Taggart. National Honor Society President is Gracie Pollock. SOAR Commissioner is Adriana Espinoza. And Adelante Delegate is Johan Gallegos. We ask the audience to now recognize the senior honorees for the class of 2021. Senior honorees, please be seated.
We will now hear a recording of the Horizon High School Wind Ensemble under the direction of Mr. Tim Daly performing Metroplex by Robert Sheldon.
After having had classes with Olivia for all 4 years of high school, I'm continually amazed by the woman she has become. Liv has such an infectious and bubbly personality that brightens every room she walks into. She is always one to count on for words of advice and the best pep talks. As I've seen her grow, she has possessed more determination, resilience, and beauty than I've ever thought possible. Please give a warm welcome to a person I'm lucky enough to have as a friend, the student government president and the class of 2021 senior honorary speaker, Olivia Taggart.
Good evening. My name is Olivia Taggart. This year, I had the honor to represent Horizon as the student body president, a goal I have had since I was in the 6th grade when I first entered student council. Although this was a goal of my own craft, I was pushed by my teachers, friends, and family to become the best possible leader I could be. Similarly, you all have been pushed by those around you to reach this point today, and so I would like to begin by saying thank you. Thank you to our teachers who dealt with hundreds of quote-unquote, "how do I fix my grade?" emails. The same teachers who helped us navigate the halls our freshman year, and the ones who really made this school feel like home. To our administrators, thank you for successfully maintaining a building of 2,000 plus students. We wouldn't have made it without your smiles, jokes, and whatnot. Right, Mr. Tonjes? And of course, thank you to all the parents in the crowd who have undoubtedly loved us all their lives. The moms who hugged us when we felt hopeless and forced us to take those first day of school photos every single year. And the dads who taught us how to be tough and pretended to know what they were doing when we asked for help on our math homework. It is important for us to give thanks where thanks is due, and so we all need to thank ourselves. Thank yourself for sticking with it when the challenge seemed impossible. Thank yourself for pushing through the toughest 4 years we have faced thus far. Thank yourself for making it here today. You all deserve recognition for the irreplaceable roles you fulfilled in our journeys, and so we thank you. I want to share with you a quote that has resonated with me throughout high school. It goes like this: "If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together." When we entered the school as freshmen, we decided to take on the next 4 years one of two ways: get through it alone and get through it quickly, or finish with tons of new friends and a lifetime of memories. When the opportunities presented themselves, most of us chose to meet new people. We joined clubs, sports teams, and other extracurriculars to expand our social circles and begin our growing process. Unknowingly, we started our foundation. There is no denying the power of the relationships we form every day. They aren't temporary. They create an impression on our hearts that transform us into the people we are today and the people we are meant to become. These relationships are lifelong bonds that make our lives perfectly unique. We have spent the past 4 years learning about one another, teaching each other the power of resilience and devotion to success. As we discussed in study groups, helped each other with homework, and assisted in personal dilemmas, we inadvertently expanded on the foundation we created when we first became Hawks. This foundation has allowed us to stick with until today and will connect us for the rest of our lives. We made it here together. As we transition into the next chapter, we will always have one another to hold on to. We will have the memories of the home football games when we were squished shoulder to shoulder on the bleachers, wearing tacky tourist gear and freezing our tails off, all to prove that we had more spirit than legacy. We will remember panicking before a late SAT that ended up being way easier than all of us thought. We will remember band concerts, cheer competitions, bus rides to away games, and 5 a.m. swim practices. We will have these memories to hold on to, and as we review them in our minds, we will notice we made them together. This year, our senior year, was no exception to doing things together. We made it through awkward breakout rooms, microphone mishaps, and virtual everything. COVID brought out the best in us. Despite its challenges, I think we can all agree we bonded more than ever. With personal interactions stripped away, we took to conversation. We got to know our friends on a deeper level. We supported one another. We were there for each other when all hope was lost. We learned to love one another. We overcame a pandemic and completed high school in the same year, an unprecedented feat. As I look at each of you today, I see the faces of those who have influenced my life. I see people I have been friends with since elementary school, Maya Glaza, Tessa Kilman, Ella Buskirk, Vince Miller. I see friendships from middle school, Kira Stephen, Ellie Harold, Rosie Redard, Zach Yoder. And I see people I met just 4 years ago, Macy and Brady Wiesinger, Logan Keene, Claire McAllister, Logan Velos, and Gracie Pollock. These are the people who have helped me write my story. I am confident that when you all look around today, you will be able to find the people who have helped write yours. High school. It's what you can't wait for, and it's what everyone tells you goes by so fast. And boy, were they right. As we sit here in our cap and gowns, we have reached the fork in the road. That point in our journeys where our lives split in different directions. College, work, gap years, no matter where our new paths take us, we made it here together. As we walk out of here tonight, diploma in hand, we can take a breath. Pause a little and take it in. Our stories are just beginning and our lives wait ahead. But as we move on from this moment, we can be certain of one thing. Class of 2021, we made it far. We made it far together. Thank you.
Horizon's Chamber Choir, Spectrum, Bella Voce, and all senior choir members will now sing Rise Up by Andrew Day, arranged by Mac Huff. It is presented this evening under the direction of Mr. Jay Goodmanson.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we go walk it out. Mountains, we go walk it out. Mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise.
In accordance with Horizon High School's tradition, the class of 2021 is excited to hear a few words from two amazing teachers, both of whom I am lucky to have had as my own. I had the privilege of having Ms. Cavaney during both my sophomore and senior years as first my CP and then my AP English teacher. Truly, there is no one I would rather have had in this chaotic year. She has been there with us through it all: technical difficulties, quarantines, Hamlet, snow days, the list goes on. Thank you for everything, especially the help with all the essays.
After working closely with Mr. Lash for the past few years, not only as a teacher, but as my Betcher Scholarship mentor, I don't think it's humanly possible to put into words how amazing of a person he is. He has dedicated his entire life to serving his students and ensuring they learn to embrace the little moments. He is not just a teacher, but an inspiration. He is an idol and the person we all hope we can one day deserve to say, I had the privilege of knowing him. Without further ado, please welcome to the stage Ms. Jennifer Cavaney and Mr. Steve Lash, the class of 2021 teacher speakers.
Congratulations, seniors, on making it through one of the hardest and strangest years of schooling. I have to be completely honest, I do not feel worthy of being on this stage speaking to all of you today. While it is an unbelievable honor, and I am humbled by this opportunity, this was one of the toughest years for me personally and professionally.
I feel exactly the same, Jen. Talk about a year feeling like a brand new teacher all over again. Constantly having to learn new technologies, changing the way we interact with our classes, change, and more change. Seeing the struggles of this pandemic up close, like so many of you, and just trying to keep moving on.
Exactly. This past year, so many of the things I value and depend on have been taken away and challenged. So my struggle today is that I do not feel equipped or qualified to offer life advice to anyone. Despite teaching for 20 years, this year I felt like a brand new teacher learning what not to do every single day.
You mean like how not to mute yourself on Zoom?
Steve, I still don't know how to not mute myself on Zoom. But seriously, in thinking about what we want to share with the class of 2021, Mr. Lash and I want to impart what we have learned this year. While feeling like utter failures for most of this school year, we think there are truly 3 essential lessons that we learned that we feel qualified to pass on to you, graduating seniors. The first thing is actually something we have known, but appreciate so much more, and that is how truly essential human connection is. When I started teaching 20 years ago, my passion was for literature and storytelling and attempting to pass that enthusiasm onto my captive audience. Now, I'm still an English nerd, yet my passion has shifted into connecting with students and creating memorable relationships. Every single student that has sat in a desk in my classroom over the past 20 years has carved their existence onto my heart. It is one of the true privileges of my profession that I get to do this with over 150 different souls every year.
Right? Between the two of us, Jen, we've probably shared classes with more than 6,750 students, and every one of them has made an impact on us, but never any like this year.
One of the insights we had this year while trying to make connections to black boxes on Zoom was how much vulnerability is required to really connect with another human being. The dictionary defines vulnerability as a willingness to show emotion, a willingness to risk being hurt or attacked. It's risky to open up and show our true selves in trying to connect with others because we run the risk of being rejected. But graduates, leaving high school is going to open so many opportunities that have been missing this year. I encourage you to be courageous enough to meet new people, take risks, and open yourself to hurt or rejection, because that is where growth lies. That is where goodness is. Let them carve themselves onto your heart. It's worth it.
You graduates, you emerge from the chrysalis of this pandemic, not only into a reopening world, but into your own next phase of independence. I've watched it happening with my own kids, and the sheer power of that potential can be felt in this space today. In my first grad speech to the class of 2001, I told the graduates, the reality of it is, you're being kicked out. Like Adam and Eve in paradise all those many years ago, you have eaten the fruit of knowledge, and now you have to go. But class of 2021, the fruit you have eaten this year is unmatched by any of us. You have so much to be proud of sitting here today. You are ready. The world is ready.
Poet E.E. Cummings wrote, "It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. Authenticity, vulnerability, connection, these are all scary things, but Mr. Lash and I have faith in your courage. You have demonstrated immense courage this year, and we both entreat you to run with it." This brings me to the second thing we learned. You are all amazingly resilient in the face of enormous uncertainty, loss, difficulty, and adversity. Resilience is being able to overcome obstacles that life throws at us. It doesn't mean to never fail. Instead, it means to pick ourselves up when we fail and continue on despite feeling like a failure. I am inspired by the resilience in you. All those days you thought you couldn't keep going, those days you thought you couldn't take any more loss and disappointment. The courage I saw in everyone who kept going taught me that I too could keep going.
So maybe we've all become a little better this year at failing upward. We keep reminding ourselves that even though failure feels like a failure, so much growth comes from it. For any day our technology didn't work, we worked to solve it. For any assignment that you all struggled with, you did the same. Resilience also comes from our past. It's the countless individual challenges every one of you has faced and persevered through to be here today. All of those frustrations, the times you stayed up late finishing an assignment, the afternoons you stayed at school to practice or to make up a test, the internet suddenly crashing in the middle of health class. We want all of you to take a moment right now. Think of an important challenge you overcame. Think of how you did it.
I'll bet you had to reach down inside of you to realize a strength that you didn't know you had. Think of how you grew.
And this second lesson moves into the third, which is the importance of living, seizing each moment fully, intentionally, and honestly. Like that second generation of American optimists, the transcendentalists, you are all here for all the feels. Uncle Walt Whitman, hopefully you recall him if you've had us in class, 10th grade, 11th grade. In answer to the question, what good amid all these? Oh me, oh life. He replied, that you are here, that life exists, and identity, that the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. Class of 2021, you will contribute a verse. What will it be? As you emerge, so does the world, and it's ripe for some fresh energy. As we look at this class of courage, of pride, we can't help but hope that Margaret Mead, in her 1970 book, The Generation Gap, was right. She believed that the young, faced with more rapid and dramatic changes in modern societies, would learn and lead their elders. Ms. Cavaney and I put our trust in you, a graduating class with unprecedented experience, acceptance, and moxie, to bring your dreams to life. Whatever each of you can do to help us, the human race, we'd be deeply appreciative. We need your minds. We need your hands. We need your hearts.
American poet Juan Felipe Herrera wrote, Diversity really means becoming complete as human beings, all of us. We learn from each other. If you're missing on that stage, we learn less. We all need to be on that stage. This quote helped me gain the courage to stand on this stage tonight, to believe that I have something to say that matters. And I implore you to find whatever stage you can to work for our future, everyone's, because you matter. I agree with Steve. We need you more than ever, and I have never been more optimistic about our future, knowing you all are at the helm.
And the good news is this is a class that has been tested in the ways that really matter. And we are happy to say that all of you have passed with flying colors. So while you seize the moment, don't forget to celebrate yourself along the way, because you deserve it. Give yourself a present every single day. Not one you plan, just let it happen.
Wise words, Steve.
And you guys remember that Garden of Eden shtick, the you're all being kicked out part? Yeah, well, it wasn't really true. First of all, we all know that you're probably going to still live at home for a while.
Some of you maybe even for years.
And that is perfectly okay. Second of all, we want you to know that masks, social distance, quarantines, those didn't hide you from us. In so many ways, those revealed you to us. In a year where many of you barely stepped a foot in our hallowed halls, nevertheless, you blazed a trail. And the mark you made on our school and in our hearts is eternal. You all are such a vibrant part of the fabric of Horizon High School. You always have a home here in Hawk Nation. And you know, Miss Cavany and I, and all the teachers over there, we all love to hear from you. We love to hear about your journey. Our doors are always open, and you can even call us by our first names.
Congratulations to the class of 2021.
I am now pleased to present the class of 2021. At this time, I would like to ask Superintendent Mr. Christopher Godowski and Board President Ms. Kathy Plomer to please come forward to receive the Horizon High School graduating class of 2021. Would the graduates please rise? Mr. Godowski and Ms. Plomer, as the principal of Horizon High School, I would like to certify that the graduates standing before you have met and in most cases exceeded the requirements for graduation placed upon them by Horizon High School, the Adams 12 5-star school district, the state of Colorado, and the state of Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2021.
Thank you, Mrs. Brady. Graduates, please take a seat. Let me begin by thanking you for the privilege of joining you in tonight's graduation. It's truly a stunning night with a graduation under the lights and the sun about to set in the west, a beautiful setting. I know it was terribly disappointing to have to move graduation from Monday till tonight, but I think it was worth the wait. Over the course of the 12 years I've served in this role, I've had the privilege of participating in graduations and shaking the hands of more than 30,000 students in Adams 12. Tonight, I have the privilege of recognizing and participating in the graduation of my niece, Izzy. Congratulations, Izzy. And I have my mom here tonight. Hi, Mom. How are you? Good to see you. Back in 1985, my mom was in an Adams 12 stadium for my own Adams 12 graduation. It wasn't this stadium, it didn't exist. And unfortunately, it wasn't with Horizon High School, which did not exist either. But it was a fantastic celebration and one of my lifelong memories to be on the field that day with my classmates. In the 36 years that have passed, I've reflected often on the 13 years that I spent as a student in the school district, and what it brings to me is a prevailing emotion that Ms. Safe started tonight's discussion about, one of gratitude. Gratitude for loving parents, neighbors, and community that were there to support me along the way. Gratitude for the outstanding teachers I had all the way from preschool through senior year, who taught me so much, not just about academics, but about how to live life. And gratitude for the students I learned from, laughed with, cried with, fought with, and continued that long journey. My best hope for you is in the years ahead, you too will have that same fondness for your time in Adams 12 and reflect on your time here, whether it's just this senior year or the entire 13-year journey, with gratitude. And now, it's my privilege, Mrs. Plomer, insofar as this graduating class from Horizon High School has satisfied and in many cases exceeded the requirements for graduation, I'm honored to present them to you for their diplomas. Congratulations, Hawks.
Thank you, Superintendent Kandowski. One of the best parts of being a board member is the chance to celebrate graduation with the students who have achieved this incredible milestone, along with their family and loved ones. This year, the event is especially poignant, and we are happy to join you all in this wonderful chance to be together to celebrate. I'm going to keep this short, don't worry. I just want to share a few hopes and wishes for your future graduates. First is that you find a job, a cause, or an interest that you can put your whole heart into, a passion that gives you a sense of purpose. I can say for certain that there is something out there meant for each of you, or maybe several somethings that will be part of a fulfilling life. I hope that you always keep a spirit of learning and curiosity. This will make any path you are on motivating and interesting. And finally, this echoes some of the sentiments expressed by your teacher speakers, that you never second guess the time you put into making connections and building bonds with others. From all the graduation ceremonies I have attended, it is the reflections on supportive relationships that have the most meaning. The Board of Education is proud to send you off as new Adams 12 graduates. As you go out into the world, we thank you in advance for contributing your voice, your talents, and your ideals to making our community stronger and better for everyone. Congratulations, class of 2021. A final tradition in Adams 12 is that we recognize those students who have chosen to serve in the armed services. So as I read the names of the branches, please stand if you are joining that branch of the military. So those who are joining the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, Marines, and the Coast Guard. Thank you for your service to our country.
Okay, we're going to start with the distribution of diplomas, and I'd like to ask Superintendent Godowski and Ms. Plomer to assist me with the distribution of diplomas to our senior honorees. First up, our valedictorian, Peyton Bruno. Salutatorian, Joshua Palmer. Student Government President, Olivia Taggart. National Honor Society President, Gracie Pollock. SOAR Commissioner, Adriana Espinoza. And Adelante Delegate, Johan Gallegos. Senior honorees, please be seated. Dignitaries and Horizon escorts, please take your places, and we will continue with the distribution of diplomas.
Take this so it doesn't pull off.
6 of our dedicated staff members will be reading the names of the graduates. allow me to introduce Horizon High School counselors, Mrs. Deanna Gussman, Mrs. Deborah Moquin, Mr. Michael Mudiking, Mrs. Stacy Newman, Mrs. Patty Rolson, and Mrs. Angela Schwab.
Sophia Marie Abeda.
Grace Jillian Marquez.
Alma Lisette Acivas Gallegos.
Maverick Michael Martin.
Camilla Aguilera Benzur.
Nadia Nashe Martin.
Awad Aldawoody.
Jaden Alexander Martinez.
Morgan Shea Algrim.
Melanie Elaine Martinez.
Kylie Cheyenne Almick.
Samantha Camille Martinez.
Shok Mohammed Amahawaz.
Sydney Patricia Martinez.
Brenna Alexandra Anders.
Victor Martinez III.
Aspen Marie Anderson.
Shaylee Mayer.
Ethan James Anderson.
Claire Jaden McAllister.
Nicotiana Eve Adiano.
Caitlin Winter McGirt.
Mallory Lee Arnold.
Brianna Elise McKim.
Blake Robertson Ald.
Isabella Jolie Mendez.
Ethan Michael Bailey.
Erica Jade Myers.
Kobe Mason Baldridge.
Elise Sharon Myers.
Jameson Scott Barcelona.
Emma Marie Milkey.
Daryl Allen Barella.
Molly Quinn Mildenberger.
Kaylin Renee Barnes.
Vincent Robert Miller.
Joseph John Barrientos.
Ty Joseph Mills.
Cody Matthew Barth.
Haley Janelyn Mullendor.
Ashley Renee Bass.
Angelique Vanessa Montoya.
Devin Christopher Bathauer.
Braden Jeffrey Montoya.
Brendan Trey Beach.
Celine Maria Montoya.
Lauren Elizabeth Beckloff.
Lorena Montoya Ramos.
Michael Lewis Beeson.
Aiden Michael Moody.
Blas Bello Martinez.
Jayesh William Patel Moore.
Dorothy Anna Bennett.
Aaliyah Irene Morales.
Elizabeth Grace Billings.
Nevaeh Tiana Morris.
Kiara K. Milne.
Carson Lee Moss.
Raina Lisette Black.
Tiana Jalen Mota.
Aaron Lloyd Blanchard.
Amy Mai Cool Moi.
Jenna Lynn Michael Blateau.
Miguel Jared Munoz.
Abigail Ann Boyce.
Kathleen Nicole Murray Todd.
Avery Grace Belitho.
Taylor Thomas Neal.
Hannah Ruth Bond.
Jacob Robert Newhauser.
Zana Michaela Bozaleri.
Emily Arlene Newman.
Ricardo Daniel Bateo.
Michelle Go.
Chloe Louise Boyles.
Braden Takuma No.
Maxim Jameson Boyer.
Peyton Abigail Knowles.
Xander Max Brand.
Blake Lewis Nolette.
Mateo Brow.
Cole Andrew Nordstrom.
Avelina Maria Brewster.
Jaden Tyler Novik Hilderman.
Aiden Patrick Brown.
Alexandra Nicole Nowakowski.
Haley May Bryant Radabaugh.
Priscilla Nunez Reveles.
Corrine Riley Boucher.
Lauren Kendall O'Connor.
Kaylee Faye Butenbach.
Sophia Rose Odell.
Cade Joshua Bullion.
Jackson Henry O'Shule.
Francesca Nicole Burkhart.
Carly Alexandra Olson.
Landon Richard Burleson.
Riley Scott Oram.
Jennifer Nicole Burns.
Mario Andreas Ordez Medina.
Maya Elizabeth Bush.
Sierra Rose Ortega Sant Pietro.
Ella Madeline Buzzkirk.
Zachary Grant Overton.
Colin Brady Butterfield.
Ethan James Robert Pace.
Aiden Lee Buzzard.
Trey Dylan Padilla.
Isabel Kylie Byfield.
Jacelyn Marie Palmer.
Jundakan Ernesto Cabacan.
Reese Christine Papke.
Olivia Gabrielle Cadena.
Haley Lynn Passafume.
Bryce McCarley Cahoon.
Jasmine Alexis Pasante.
Jacob Carl Camp.
Tyler Neal Paw.
Caden Holland Campbell.
Morgan Lee Pauley.
Ryan Anthony Carmosino.
Zach Halen Payer.
Mateo Ashton Casados.
Samantha Kalani Peoples.
Justin Alexander Cash.
Adriana Ryan Perez.
Sebastian Armando Castaneda.
Wendy Amy Perez.
Lisbeth Castro Guatemala.
Peyton Lynn Peters.
Chloe Faith Catlin.
Blake Kelly Michael Fannensteel.
Caitlin Rose Salardo.
Tong Pham.
Erica Lynn Saravallo.
Gabrielle Alexis Pomeroy.
Javen Elias Chavira.
Gina Marie Post.
Justin Chetry.
Sarah Ashley Ann Post.
Jason Minu Choi.
Adriana Nicole Postma.
Jameson David Cialoni.
Brooklyn Dawn Pratt.
Xavier Thomas Cisneros.
Ashton Tyler Prince.
Taylor Marie Clilborn.
Jaden Michael Prinsler.
Aubrey Michelle Cochran.
Allison Luis Quintana.
Logan Alexander Cole.
Isaac Daniel Quintana.
Luke Martin Collier.
Jacob James Quintana.
Autumn Rain Caraggio.
Shelby Janet Rains.
Justice Marie Cordell.
Kevin Ray Ramirez.
Trenton Jeremiah Cordell.
Rosalie Faith Redard.
Gonzalo Almeo Costa.
Kaylee Nicole Redlin.
Ian Alexander Cox.
Scarlett Brooke Reeve.
Peyton Ari Coxey.
Oliver Guillaume Renberg.
Skylar DeLance Kramer.
Dawson Jeffrey Renner.
Riley Andrea Crouch.
Nicholas Lee Royklein.
Jaden Michael Kraus.
Lily Marie Reynolds.
Carson Jeffrey Cruz.
Samuel Eli Richardson.
Justin Eduardo Cruz.
Leah Rocha Salazar.
Michael Christopher Cruz.
Trevor Ray Rogers.
Olivia Kathleen Cruz.
Sebastian Romero Sepulveda.
Matthew Edward Dalkey.
Blake Orion Rosenbach.
JC Lauren Davis.
Ayana Celine Rubio.
Jesse Guy Davis.
Mason Nicole Ruff.
Alicia Danielle De La Rosa.
Samuel Cole Veen Ruiz Harding.
Crystal De La Torre.
Nathaniel William Rusk.
Tyler Matthew Dearborn.
Lillian Sablich.
Kennedy Jaden Deckert.
Julia Sue Sayas.
Aiden Frederick Deline.
Brooke Taylor Sally.
Caleb Sean Demarest.
Sydney Marie Salmon.
Kira Marie DeVries.
Allie Nicole Sanchez.
Jeremiah Daniel Danon.
Ariana Esther Sanchez.
Grayston Thomas DeBlasi.
Kevin Sanchez.
Dylan Scott Doak.
Quentin Antonio Sandoval.
Jack Ryan Drennan.
Robert Dominic Sauer.
Riley James Dressel.
John Dylan Scarborough.
Caitlin Jacqueline Durbin.
Shaylin Michelle Schwartz.
Adam Lewis Ellick.
Isabella Lee Shaw.
Jax Elmore.
Haley Quinn Schultz.
Madison Riley Endicott.
Garrett Robert Searles.
Madison Gail Ennie.
Jalissa Mariah Serna.
Demetrius James Escobedo.
Selena Elizabeth Shafi.
Ryan Matthew Evans.
Gerardo Sierra Solis.
Isabella Lynn Fanera.
Joaquin Sierra Solis.
Alexia Joelle Finley Masage.
Christina Alyssa Segala.
Austin Michael Flagg.
Moses Joseph Silva.
Bailey Brianne Flanagan.
Brenna Ashley Singer.
Ross Noble Fleming.
Juliana Frances Sinsemer.
Kiernan Danielle Fletcher.
Warren Xavier Cisneros Barba.
Marcus Andrew Fortunato.
Nathan William Skolak.
Reese Lila Foster.
Rylan Allen Slaughter.
Liberty Nicole Fowler.
Taya Soleil Small.
Liam Joseph Francis.
Jordan Kimberly Smith.
Marley Renee Franklin.
Joshua Ryan Smith.
Sophia Renee Freehoff.
Mitchell Ryan Smith.
Kira Elizabeth Fritz.
Paul Thomas Smith.
Tyler Brooks Friedenlund.
Tyler Lawrence Smith.
Grant Charles Gabbert.
Zoe Starr Smith.
Gabe Michael Gadbois.
Hunter Lee Snodderly.
Janae Isabella Gadbois.
Andrew David Shane Snyder.
Francisco Javier Gambola.
Camden Marley Snyder.
Kiana Leilani Garcia.
Joseph Lorenzo Solis.
Midori Marie Garcia.
Tanner David Spencer.
Ella Frances Garland.
Colby Hunter Starbuck.
Kaya Juanita Gayton Younger.
Zane Gregory Wallace Steckline.
Isabella Lee Godowski.
Dylan Jack Staley.
V. Nicole Gerlich.
Addison Jade Steinbach.
Victoria Naomi Gilbert.
Caitlin Elizabeth Stevenson.
Morgan Danielle Gilmore.
Haley May Stepp.
Maya Paige Blaza.
Jere Santana Marie Sterling.
D'Angelo Ricardo Gomez.
Cash Anthony Sterling.
Victoria Paige Gomez.
Grace Genevieve Stone.
Alexander Richard Gonzalez.
Cole Alexander Story.
Miranda Ray Gormley.
Rachel Joanne Stotts.
Wesley James Gowdy.
Trinity Nicole Strait.
Austin Hunter Gray.
Theodore Andrew Strand.
Matthew James Gunther.
Madison Lee Strassheim.
Braden Wilson Gurian.
Ashley Nicole Stuck.
Travis Mitchell Guzman.
Kira Michelle Stephen.
Kylie Lynn Haberstroh.
Shoshana Noel Stukas.
Grace Elizabeth Hamilton.
Autumn Sullivan.
Cambria Nicole Hammond.
Isabel Grace Swenson.
Ethan Mitchell Handy.
Genevieve Marion Shumsky.
Russell Robert Hanneman.
Elizabeth Marie Taylor.
Megan Iselin Hansen.
Isabella Rosemary Divine Taylor.
London Chase Harcourt.
Andrea Tejeda.
Grace Angelique Harden.
Rio Eliana Tuber.
Aiden Philip Hardy.
Richard Trong Fan.
Connor Dale Hardy.
Troy Michael Thompson.
Andrew Scott Harmon.
Jackson James Thornton.
Levi Nathan Hegg.
Savannah Rose Tiddark.
Evelyn Ganksha Herr.
Trey Tomas Toledo.
Isaac Herr.
Aaliyah Nicole Valdez.
Keanu Sang Herr.
Aiden Kongmong Vang.
Adam Hernandez.
Mitchell Chu Vang.
Ellen Grace Harold.
Nutse Carson Vang.
Isabel Rose Herrera.
Logan Ray Veloz.
Michelle Haronen.
Haley Renee Verriger.
Tyler Holmchun.
Angelina Michelle Vihill.
Kyle James Hornbuckle.
Gabriel Stefan Vihill.
Kendall Sue Hudson.
Isaac Alexander Vihill.
Sky Angelica Hudson.
Isaac Matthew Vihill.
Maya Rose Hughes.
Marissa Rayanne Vihill.
Deanna Troy Hummel.
Adeline Marie Vigenis.
David Lauren Hunter.
Jocelyn Alvina Torres.
Cade Kelly Hurley.
Andrew Coy Tran.
Lauren Renee Hoot.
Bao Tran.
Holly Lee Hyman.
Jacob Mark Trujillo.
Isabella Christina Hymas.
William Brennan Turnbow.
Destiny Rayanne Aikanoy.
Jade Emma Tigert.
Katie Malin Isbell.
Mackenzie Lee Ulibarry.
Benjamin Nicholas Ives.
Jacob Lang Valling.
Rogan Story Jackson.
Kyle Richard Vogt.
Sydney Lauren Jackson.
Hayden Fairmouth Wallace.
Alexis Paige James.
Dominic Machek Wanaz.
Amber Lisa Jensen.
Thomas J. Ward.
Brooke Joanna Jensen.
Danae Jolie Warman.
James Andrew Jessup.
Alexis Mackenzie Wortman.
Kira Rhiannon Jimenez.
Caden Ray Wathier.
Emily Jo Johnson.
Samia Leon Watson.
Trevin Joseph Johnson.
Landon Gage Waffle.
Braden Isaiah Jones.
Mia Rose Weimer.
Lauren Michelle Jones.
Avon Myra Wells.
Elise Julia Youngian.
Andrew Robert White.
Nevaeh Alexis Jude.
Eliza Jaden Whitelaw.
Chase Michael Kasich.
That's my catcher!
Madison May Whittam.
Jada Marlene Kendall.
Brady Robert Wiesinger.
Peter Gordon Kennel.
Macy Lynn Wiesinger.
Avery Owen Kettleson.
Madison Beatrice Stinruse.
Tessa Marie Kilman.
Bryce Vernon Williams.
Malia Catherine Kim.
Stephen James Wilson Kravonic.
Chance Thomas Kitamura.
Catherine Nicole Wyrick.
Gabriel Aaron Cleater.
James Paul Whisk.
Morgan Elizabeth Klein.
Caroline Elizabeth Wood.
Jace J. Cole.
Cameron David Wynn.
Adam Oliver Coetsian.
Anakin Chinu Yang.
Riley Elizabeth Kowalski.
Jacob Kenneth Yates.
Lauren Elizabeth Krieger.
Jenna Marie Yates.
Logan Sierra Teen.
Zachary Scott Yoder.
Cody Travis Kupka.
Isabella Yop.
Antonio Lamura.
Savion Jordan Mackay Young.
Eric Timothy Lockermeyer.
Saul Zagal Leanos.
Jack Thomas Lambright.
Emily Zavala Galvin.
Emily Jean Ladingham.
Kayla Zong.
Olivia Eileen Lansden.
Kimberly Cassandra Zuniga.
Ella Jean Lark. Sarah Knock Lee. Alexis Maichua Lee. Ashton Daniel Jaden Lee. Brandon Junho Lee. Elizabeth Marie Lee. Addison Marie LaFree. Isabella Danae Leha. Carson Daniel Lenberg. Emma Jean Lewis. Courtney Elaine Lewis. Gabriella Claudia Liberati. Lindsay Lee Like. Edison Lynn. Trina Marie Loffing. Michael Anthony Lombardi. Dylan Wayne Lopez. Ella Rose Lovelace. Isabella Rebecca Lucero. Sydney Alexa Luttrell. Brooke Taylor Lutz. Aiden Patrick Mestis. Jonathan Aaron Mestis. Alexis Mays. Emma Elizabeth Magoon. Serena Melody Mallard. Benson Mix Manavong. Julia Ann Mantooth. Miles Donovan Manzanares. Elise Danae Mares. Jaden Joel Marolt.
Class of 2021, we're almost to the end of our time here together, but before we let you go, our administrative team always likes to leave the graduates with some departing wisdom. In the past, it's been thank you notes, top 10 lists, but this year, we start a new tradition. The way you've handled the pandemic has taught us all some helpful Hawk hacks. This year, the imparting wisdom comes from you. Like many life hacks, this advice will carry you well into the future. And in our final moments together, we just wanted to highlight some of the amazing lessons that we have learned from this graduating class. So I'll start us out with Hawk Hack number 1. Life is too short, wear the cowboy boots, we all love a Wild West Spirit Day.
Hawk hack number 2, drink lots of water or all those Starbucks or Dutch Bros cups you bring in. There are so many benefits to staying hydrated, even if you have to find a gulp while wearing your mask.
Hawk hack number 3. Vans are much more appropriate than stilettos when dancing in the school parking lot for your senior prom. Have fun, cherish those memories, and enjoy every second of life.
Hawk hack number 4. Never stop being yourself. Whether you're wearing a fanny pack, mismatched socks, have multicolored hair, or break dance while wearing your prom dress. Always be you and share the spirit with others. So we're gonna share our spirit one last time with each other right here.
Yep.
Come on, get behind me.
It's a selfie.
All right, ready? Boom.
Hawk hack number 5, Schoology, Google Meets, Zoom, Pear Deck, Kahoot, maybe even a little TikTok. You all have more tech skills than any other group of graduates. Continue to learn and engage in technology. After all, your parents and I are counting on you to show us all how to use our phones.
Hawk hack number 6, don't forget to wear your sunscreen. How many times did you forget to do this before a track meet, marching band competition, or a game, or even tonight? Truly, save your skin and wear the sunscreen.
Hawk hack number 7. Remember, all relationships take work. Call, text, email, or just show up. There is nothing better than seeing a friendly face and knowing that someone is thinking about you, because we never know what people are going through. Take care of yourself and take care of others, Hawks.
Hawk hack number 8. You are all amazing individuals. As you go through life, discover the gifts that you have, develop those gifts, and give your gifts away. Take care of yourselves and each other.
And in closing, the most important Hawk hack that we learned from the class of 2021 is that Hawk love perseveres. I was excited to share this event with you and with your parents and with the staff members who are retiring this year. Through the pandemic, through separation, and through challenges, our Hawks have found strength in one another. We have truly risen above. You have turned challenges into blessings, and as a class, you have engaged with complex problems to find solutions. We are so honored to have served as your administrative team. Now go forth with this knowledge and continue to conquer the world. We will always be here cheering you on. Lots of Hawk love.
Well, here we are, guys. The moment we've all been waiting for. We've gone through it all, and I couldn't be more proud to be graduating alongside you all today. As we look around for the last time, let your mind be flooded with the memories, the laughs, the smiles, the challenges. As Hawks, we have endured more than the average teenagers. But as we move on today, let this be our final act together. Will the graduating class of 2021 please rise? On the count of 3, we will turn our tassels from right to left, signifying our graduation. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations!
wait for your row to be dismissed to receive your diploma. Once your row is dismissed, move to the tables at the south end of the stadium to receive your diploma. Parents and guests, to ensure that we remain compliant with social distancing requirements, please remain seated until a clear path is available for you to exit. Graduates and guests, please do not congregate in the bleachers, on the field, or in the parking lot. We ask that guests exit the stadium and move directly to your vehicle. Thank you for attending the graduation ceremony today and for your continued support of our Adams 12 graduates.